Good morning, everybody. I'm Christina Pocklington with the Great Start Parent Coalition, and my co-host Riley is struggling this morning, so he will not be joining us today. And that's okay. Sometimes we have rough mornings. So let's start with our hello song. So it's our signs to go with it are hello, friends, hello, friends, and then point your hands at your chest and then come out for how are you? How are you? Are you feeling happy or grumpy? Riley's grumpy because he doesn't want to follow directions. He wants to do things his own way. And I understand that. That's hard sometimes. So he'll come back when he's no longer grumpy and he's feeling a little bit happier. So we have a really fun day today. We're actually touching on 2 of the success basics. We're talking about playing, going outside and taking a walk, and math, matching and sorting and grouping and comparing, all with this book called The Hike by Alison Farrell. I noticed that on the inside cover there's some fun drawings of things you might be able to bring with you on a hike. Which would you bring with you? I would bring a coat in case I got cold, and a backpack to put things in, and some maps and a binocular. And this says Gorp. That's like trail mix. I really like Gorp. It's one of my favorites. And then you can't forget these things. It says, do not forget all of these things. That gives me a guess that I think they'll be taking notes while they go on the hike. Yoo-hoo! Almost ready? Just a few more feathers. Just one more cut. It looks like they all do different things. We're going on a hike. Wren, Elle, Hattie, and Bean. Is Bean a human or a dog? Bean is a dog. And look, I love the style of this illustration because things are labeled with what they are. I see a red fox peeking out. I see a bumblebee going to flower, and lupin, and a Steller's jay feather, and snowberry, and chipmunk, and mullein. Oh, and a mountain chickadee. I can use this book to learn more about nature. It's our favorite thing to do. Look, barred owlets. Shook, 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 shook. Shook, shook, shook. This is the sound that the Steller's jay is making. Shook, 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 shook. Hey, wait for me! Arf, arf. In the beginning, we run like maniacs. Oh, look, there's flocks of birds and swarms of bees and a chipmunk nest. Until a ripe patch of thimbleberries slow us down. Look, we see Douglas fir boughs and a western toad. And now look, Elle teaches us how to make leaf baskets. Have you ever made leaf baskets? I've made something similar, but it's really fun. Look, here is the steps that she wrote in her sketchbook on how to make a leaf basket. Find one big leaf with 5 tips. Poke stem into opposite leaf tip. Tip by tip, poke leaf stem tips with, poke leaf tips with stem. Pack with berries. Ooh, that's fun. Now, if you're out in the woods or by a path and you see a berry and you don't know what it is, should you eat it? No, because it could make your tummy not feel good. But if you're with someone who's an adult and can tell you exactly what a plant is and say, yes, this is safe to eat, then sometimes you can eat it. You'll see some of that in the video coming up. Look, they're making leaf baskets. Now, We may have eaten too many berries. I'm so full. Is that possible? I know when it comes to blueberries, there's never a point where it's too much. I thought we were saving some for later. Now this is one of my favorite birds. It's called the pileated woodpecker. And do you know how big they are? They're huge! And they make big nesting cavities in trees that are shaped like a rectangle. And they're very big. Now they're talking about eating too many berries. And she's talking about saving some or a little bit for later. So they're comparing how many berries they've eaten versus how many they have saved. Now let's see if we can count the holes on this tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 holes, and look, I see carpenter ants walking up the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 ants, and I see lots of red berries. The hike gets steep and the trail narrows. I see a hollow tree and a porcupine. Boo! Hattie! How'd you get up there so fast? And look, they're staying on the trail, so they're not hurting any plants. Uh-oh. Got lost. So they pulled out their maps. And they have 3 different kinds of maps. There's all sorts of maps you can use if you're going out on a trail. So this one is a state forest map. This one is a trail map. And you notice, I think it's upside down. And this one is called a topo map, or a topographical map. And that uses lines to show you how steep something is. Uh-oh. Pretty sure we were not supposed to cross a river yet. Did we go left after the berry patch? Right, I think so. Ren, what's another word for blue? Azure? Cerulean? Cobalt? And look, here's what Ren's sketchbook says. Hattie always finds the route. Bird's eye view of Hattie. We're halfway there! In no time, we get back on track. Oh, look, who made these tracks? I can tell you, it's a deer. They have hooves. Oh, a deer walks past. Beans sneezes. Remember Beans the dog? Look, achoo! The deer vanishes so quick, we wonder if it was ever really there. A light rain comes and goes. The birds are happy. We listen to them chirp and chatter in the trees. This is the sign language for bird. I love birds. Can you tell? A light rain comes and goes. The birds are happy. We listen to them chirp and chatter in the trees. This is the river we were looking for, right, Hattie? Yep. Here's Ren's sketchbook. Birds we saw at Whitefish River. Anna's hummingbird, mountain chickadee, mountain bluebird. I love bluebirds too. Hattie gets tired. Elle offers to carry you. Oh, I think this is noisy because you see what this says? We can't hear you. I said 30 minutes to the top. Soon, Elle is tired too. And look, they're stacked up 3 high. Biggest, medium, and smallest. Do you see that? So the biggest girl is carrying the medium girl who's carrying the small girl. Ride's over, everyone. Brr, it's getting chilly. When you hike to the top of mountains, sometimes it gets cold at the top because it's more windy. And there's not as many trees. And there's not as much soil for things to grow. At the top, Ren takes out her flag. Elle reads her poem. And Hattie releases feathers to the wind. Oh, that's what they were doing right at the beginning. She was making her flag. She was writing her poem. And she was gathering feathers. So they were planning ahead. And look, here goes the feathers in the wind. There's so many of them. We did it! They look very, very happy. But now, once you go up, you have to go back down. So they're gonna have to go down a little bit quickly because it looks. Do you think this is a sunrise or a sunset? I think it's a sunset. Oh, look, as they're getting home, the stars are coming out and you can see the different constellations. And then look, Wren made lots and lots of notes in her sketchbook so she could remember what they saw on that trail. They saw barred owlets, and she even wrote down what they say. They're called, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you?" She wrote down that there was a nurse log, which is a fallen tree that things are growing out of. Very cool. And a snag, that was where the pileated woodpecker was. A snag is a tree that has died and the top has fallen off, but a lot of the trunk is still standing. And then look, she took notes on invasive plants and different types of bees, and she wrote about mushrooms, and she looked at the tracks. She compared the sizes. So the smaller a deer track is, the younger the deer is. And the bigger the footprint is, the bigger the deer. Is that true with humans? Think about it. Do you think your foot or my foot is bigger? Oh, good to know. So, I think she's been very busy working on her sketchbook. And she's practicing drawing, being an artist. And look at these shapes. These looks like hearts. And I see circles. And she made a lot of comparison and notes. And she's using lots of different fun diagrams. So this is a good way to practice art. It's a good way to practice remembering things. You can make comparisons. And you can also write down new knowledge that you found either in books or from friends. Look, she wrote down the cycles of the moon. And then look, we're back to the same type of illustrations that we had on the cover page. So, that was The Hike by Alison Farrell. And I want you to join us for a hike with Riley today and see a few clips of us looking at plants and making observations as we're hiking. And at one point, Riley gets really upset. So we sit on a bench and go like this. We're pretending to blow out a cupcake candle. So we're pretending that I'm holding a cupcake and there's a candle and I have to blow it out because it's my birthday. So I take a deep breath in and I blow it out. Oh, I didn't get the candle out yet. I have to do it again. That can help us calm down and be able to continue on our hike. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for our book, and let's go for a walk together. See you in a minute.
Do we stop? We're at the road. There are no cars that way. There's no cars that way. Feels like we can keep going. Yay!
Run, run, run! Run, run, run! Go, go, go!
Do you remember what this plant is called?
Milkweed.
What is that? Say it again.
Milkweed.
Milkweed. Good job. Do you remember why it's called that?
May I pull it?
You may pull it. Can you show the camera? Can you show Mama?
Can you show me? Oh, it's white a little bit.
So there's this
Look.
white stuff coming out
Look at the
of
white
the plant.
stuff coming out.
It looks. What does it look like? Looks like
It looks
milk.
like milk, but we don't lick it because it's
Yeah.
not good for us. Do you know who likes
Yeah,
this
I see.
plant a lot?
Yeah.
Who likes this plant a lot?
I don't know.
Butterflies! And not just any butterfly, the orange butterfly called the monarch. Look at that milkweed, and then look at...
Look
these flowers are starting to fall over. And we'll get to see a seed pod. We found that on our hike.
I think we will see monarch caterpillars on the milkweed in about a month or 2 months. Raspberries.
Can I take them?
Riley, what do you
They
see?
are not yet ripe. They turn black. Oh, is that prickly?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we have to be careful. Some of these plants can hurt to touch. This plant has thorns on it,
That's called a thistle.
so you don't want to touch that.
I see that one.
But right here we have, these look like black raspberries to me. These actually look ripe. So,
That is a black
Hmm?
raspberry.
is it?
Oh.
Oh, did you
Careful.
bonk the plant again?
Because the black raspberry,
I'm
it
okay.
should, the,
So maybe it's a
this
blackberry.
is, I think, a blackberry.
Yeah, that's a ripe blackberry.
Really?
And look at
Oh, yep.
the green plant like this.
Look at.
Yeah.
That is a strawberry plant, but all the strawberries have already bloomed and turned into fruit and then been eaten by animals.
I think that squirrels and chipmunks probably ate all of those.
Hey Riley, do you think you could count the cars in the parking lot? How many do you see?
Way up there. Four.
Oh, one coming into the parking
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8,
lot.
Yeah.
and 2. And that. Let's go count them.
Let's go count them.
1, 2, 3.
Where are you going now? You want to sit on this rock?
One over there.
One car is over there. Oh, I hear a barking dog over there.
Oh.
What do you hear?
Let's go check.
Like it's going from one flower to the next flower.
What do you think the bee is doing? Oh, don't touch.
Don't touch the bee. They're very small and very fragile.
They have an exoskeleton.
Oh,
Oh,
don't touch it.
no touch. That's the sound a bee makes.
I think that they eat a little bit of nectar in each flower. Huh? No,
Well, hands
we're not
off.
touching.
Hands off.
So they have to eat nectar from a lot of flowers.
And do you know what gets stuck on their legs?
What?
Pollen. So they are pollinators.
You don't know what pollen is. Pollen is it's kind of like a dust that's in the flowers.
So,
And in order to grow new flowers, the pollen has to go from one flower to another.
1, 2, 3. Over there.
That looks to me like it was a flower, and it's all wilted now.
Let's blow again.
One blow my candle. One blow my candle.
Oh.
That.
All right, do you want to blow on my candle?
One blow my candle.
I'll blow on your candle.
So,
Can you blow my candle? Because you need to take some deep breaths. Oh, that was a good big breath. Can you do take another big breath? Big breath and blow. Oh, do you feel calmer now?
Yeah.
Do you feel calmer? Yeah. I think I need to blow on my candle. Yeah, but that one isn't ripe yet.
So blackberries are ripe when they are black.
it's right like this one.
They're,
Another one that's
blackberries turn black when they're ripe.
black. It's a blackberry.
And I know blueberries are ripe right now for picking. There's lots of things that are ripe for picking. Oh, you're ready to go.
What is this?
The big thistle is over here. Come, remember the pokey plant? Come this way. We're gonna look at this plant. Remember the little pokey plant? Now this is a big pokey plant. And look, see how this is so spiky?
It's so pokey.
It's a little bit pokey, but look, it's starting to flower and turn purple. You can touch, so the stem is thorny, but this is, if you're gentle with it, yeah.
Ow.
It's not too owie. It's a little bit
Ooh.
softer, isn't it?
Definitely a... Hey Riley, I've got another thing to show you. Right over here.
Whoa, what are we gonna see?
So these, we just saw blackberries. Now we found black raspberries.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So once again, when they're black, these when they're ripe, you can pull that one off. And the difference,
This one?
I should have kept the blackberry to show his reference. Yep,
This
go
one?
ahead and pull it.
Yeah.
Is the difference is you see when pull this one off, it's hollow on the inside. There's a little hole.
Oh.
Whereas with a blackberry, that whole thing comes off. So you want to split it?
Over here.
It's a black raspberry.
Mmm.
Hey,
Yeah, and can you eat something that an adult doesn't give you?
yeah.
No, you can't pick any.
No,
those
are
aren't
not
ripe.
I see
And you
one
can't
more
eat
that's ripe.
any plants that an adult doesn't give you. Oh, don't forget, you gotta stop soon. Do you see where you need to stop? All right.
Yeah.
Remember, S-T-O-P. Stop, look, hands up, please. You're right. But do you see the stop sign? What does that say? Stop.
So, Riley, can you come here for a second? So, there are lots of berries that you can eat. There are lots of berries you can't eat. Dada knows the difference, so I was able to show you which ones you can eat. But if you just see a berry and you don't know what it is, that you can't eat it. This is another black raspberry. Would you like this one? Nom, 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 nom. Okay, are there cars?
No.
Okay, we can go.
Here we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's run.
Let's run.
Go, go, go.